Russian assets worth more than 200 billion euros have been kept in EU countries. There is no talk about their confiscation, but over the past 6 months, the EU has developed a mechanism for transferring the proceeds from frozen Russian assets to Ukraine. On July 23rd, Brussels announced that in August, Kyiv will receive the first tranche of 1,400 million euros, and by the end of the year, another billion. The Ukrainian government plans to use the received funds for defense needs.
The funds will be used to purchase the necessary weapons or artillery shells and to develop our defense industry. Ukraine insists that in future all Russian assets in the West must be confiscated and used for the reconstruction and defense of our state. This will be responsible, fair and just.
In May 2024, the Council of Europe decided to allocate 90% of the proceeds from frozen Russian assets to help Ukraine through the Ukraine Assistance Fund program. This amount will be between 2.5 and 3 billion euros annually. The remaining 10% of revenues from frozen Russian assets will go to the EU budget to support Kyiv. Experts explain that this approach is the most optimal, while Ukraine is seeking the full confiscation of Russian assets.
This is very favorable, first of all, for Ukraine, and in a way it is really beneficial for our partners, because this is money that does not come from national budgets. This is money that does not belong to national taxpayers, with all the political and economic consequences. Therefore, in this sense, this amount is a serious addition to the funds that our partners are spending today to help Ukraine.
The intensification of work with Russian assets was also reported in the United States. On July 24th, the US Treasury published a requirement for all financial institutions in the country to report about the Russian assets on their accounts by August 2nd. This is due to the entry into force of the Restoring Economic Prosperity and Opportunity for Ukrainians Act, or Repurchase Agreement for Ukrainians Act. This document allows the US President to confiscate frozen Russian assets and transfer them to Ukraine.
Congress took an important step with the passage of REPO for Ukrainians Act to unlock the value of immobilized Russian sovereign assets to support Ukraine's continued resilience and reconstruction. The United States will continue to work with our foreign partners, including the G7, to deliver support to Ukraine. Adar Levy, Acting General Counsel of the US Treasury Department, on the agency's website.
At the June summit of the Group of Seven, the countries agreed to transfer a $50 billion loan to Ukraine against the collateral of frozen Russian assets. Reported by Anastasia Tarnavska, Andriy Dmitrenko, UATV News.